bitch, I wanna party like Chris calling.
Welcome back to the episode of What Remains of Edith Finch. So I believe we have 4 people left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 people left. So let's just, like I said, let's just get right into this. So, I can climb this, I think.
My mom moved up to the loft
Yes,
after
I
her
can.
brothers died.
You can obviously hear the
At the time,
pregnantness
it
in
was
this
as far
woman's
away as she
voice.
could get.
The pregnantness. Excusez-moi. The pregnantness. It's fucking
Yes, the
excuse me.
pregnantness.
A prego.
She spent a summer building houses in
sauce.
Calcutta, where she
Okay,
met my
here's
dad,
Dawn.
Sanjay.
Sanjay. That's not
Sanjay and
name.
Craig.
Oh, what's your
Religion
name? My
was
name
another
is
thing my mom never
Sanjay.
talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died.
The Holy Bible.
That says the Bible. You dare defy the words.
Oh, we're gonna go down the pole like strippers.
Oh, you're a pole dancer now.
Yeah, I become a pole dancer. Okay, now what? Now where do we go?
The words come shut.
Yeah, it really is. So I think I go back the way I came.
Extra strength come. Gorilla. Strength
Gorilla comes.
Get it right, get it done. Sanjay and Craig in the morning. What? Sanjay and come in the morning. Just beat it. We wanna take care.
So where exactly am I supposed to go?
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Okay.
I wanna meet death. That'd be epic.
Seriously, where the fuck am I supposed to go?
Cock.
Can I go out the door? Probably not.
It's come shut. We've learned this.
I'm sorry! Seriously, but where am I supposed to go?
And then button.
Okay, great. That does nothing. Okay, that also does nothing. Okay, is there another place that I don't know that I'm supposed to go in? Like this window. Can I go in this window?
Maybe.
No. Okay, great. So I'm never allowed to escape. So it must be something in the house that I'm missing. So let me go back to the room. Okay, stop sounding so pregnant.
How can you sound pregnant?
Don't question me.
I'm questioning you. How can you sound pregnant?
By the way you breathe. And because she said she was 22 weeks pregnant.
Oh no, I wouldn't have guessed. Jacking off be considered
What am
a
I
sport?
missing? Would death not be considered a sport? I don't know. I don't think death is... I don't think I'm actively like, ah yes, let me just die quickly as my sport.
Let me just.
Come on, don't die on me. I know you're pregnant. I can hear it in your breathing.
Do I sound pregnant to you?
My mom moved to India
can
a week
go
after
through this
graduation
window.
and got a job teaching English. Lewis was born a year later.
Lewis. My friend,
When my dad
nobody,
died, I
child.
don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure
Edie.
Edie was happy to have her back. And to see kids in the house again. The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while,
Ah, yes!
things were good. Almost normal.
Fact or fiction? All of the cards are blank.
That means they're fat.
But it didn't last. The beginning of the
All
end
those
was Milton's
cards are my
10th
will to
birthday,
live.
when Edie gave him a castle.
Guess what? They're not there.
After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
Okay, let's go through the window again. For like the 90th time. Let's see. There's nothing of use in here. The door is sealed shut.
Could
Sealed
lolly porn
shut
I think
and
Edie was
permanent.
happy
Can you go to
finally
jail
have
for
another
lolly
painter
porn?
in the family.
Yes? Okay.
Yes.
So no.
I
Milton
don't know.
Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Step? Oh.
Wow. I like books like this. Death by paintbrush?
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
Okay. Disappearing, not by paintbrush.
How falls goes up ass.
Yeah.
Slip.
I seriously thought it was death by paintbrush, though.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
You only have one person left, right?
Whatever Milton had found in the house,
think one,
Mom
maybe
didn't want it
two.
getting out.
No, two, Cassandra. And Craig in the morning.
What the fuck? Oh, the pots.
No, don't leave me.
I'm leaving you. I'm judging you harshly.
No, don't leave me across the bridge.
Mom definitely
It's
blamed
spooky over
Edie,
here.
but I think Lewis blamed himself.
Mom,
After
don't
he
leave
graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Okay, great. So we can't go upstairs, so let's go over these
me.
ways.
Stop staring.
Really. I swear to God, I'm gonna kill you.
I would never trust this with my life.
Ooh, who's this? No. It's very spiritual.
Lewis's
It's a
room
bomb!
smelled very, very familiar. That part
The
of
first thing I noted in here,
Lewis and I spent a
Was
lot
Oh
of time
yes, I
playing
can
games
smell the
together, but he
effervescent
was
shit
surprisingly
stain
bad at them.
coming from the
He died
bed.
a lot.
shit stain.
He died a lot? How can someone die a lot? Oh yeah, what do you do? I die a lot. Multiple times, actually.
That's some Undertale shit right there.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the
cut
cannery.
them. How does one work at Canterbury?
But he withdrew part of
Fish in the
himself.
gills.
Okay, so grab fish.
In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to
Become a fish.
wander. I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved.
What moved? Why am I in a maze right now?
Bats and toads.
Nice.
And things that have not names.
Man, I really suck at this movement.
He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him
He
then,
sticks his hand or head in the guillotine.
daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss,
No, he cuts his hands off.
but he
and
said Lewis
dies.
had become a model
Both of us
employee.
missing.
Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on.
Okay. Until eventually he cuts his hand off.
I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something.
What was he humming?
Every day his imagination grew stronger.
This actually kind of gets easier the more that you start to do this.
He no
Believe it or
longer
not.
spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished.
Good.
He held an election
Yay.
for mayor. And he won. They begged him to
Of
stay,
course.
but his mind was already wandering.
How much do I bet you
It became a game for him.
I don't know. And now we're going from Lewistopia, we're going
He'd conquer
down
a city,
the
then
seven
immediately
seas.
push on. New Louisville. St. Louis.
St. Louis, Missouri?
He started drifting away from our reality.
What was the next city?
Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on.
Nice. So he completely forgets who he was, essentially. Oh, that's kind of depressing. So did he go insane?
In Lewisburg, he heard rumors of a beautiful prince.
No,
Yay! We're gonna go find a beautiful prince.
listen to Lewis and I.
Well, for me, I'm a girl, so...
Sounds kinda gay to me.
The prince was on his
Shut
own
up.
quest for
Sinister serpents? The radiant rainbows! Yes,
Radiant
so
rainbows.
gay, I'm going with it. This is gonna be so gay.
I think it's supposed to go through.
Well,
he followed
fuck
the
that.
sound of his
Silver harp. His silver harp. Yes.
silver harp.
It's an electric sitar.
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon.
Okay.
Even then, his logic remained sound.
Okay, let's go.
He knew the world was all in his imagination. he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
He'd become gay.
For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him
The moral
that
of
the
the
real
story,
Lewis
Lewis
was
is
not
gay.
the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Nice. Now I am Lewis.
He began to forget the world we know.
Nice. So I'm going insane now, apparently.
I think it pained
Man,
him
look at
to
all them
remember
fish.
Lewis, the cannery worker.
So he didn't want to be a cannery worker anymore. So he went to his own imagination, and yeah, that's what
He
happened.
began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
So now what? Am I gonna stand in front of him?
I still
Is this
thought I could
Lewis?
save him,
I have no idea.
even after he said he was being crowned
Oh, no.
king over
Oh, no.
all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions.
Yeah! Party! We're gonna die. We're gonna die. Start singing that from the rooftops, because you know it's gonna happen eventually.
Including the wise Calico, who insisted on advising him.
Die. Die. I'm so glad everyone's cheering for our death. You know that? Oh! I love death too. Why? Is the music getting louder?
His prince waited, holding his crown.
We're gonna die. We're gonna die. We're
There was
gonna
only one thing left to do.
We're getting executed!
Bend down his head.
I was right!
Yeah, we're dead.
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
I told you they were cheering for our death.
I wanna know how he fit his damn head in there.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
It was a pretty small gap.
Okay, who is it I still have left? Edie?
Sanjay and Don. And Edie. And Sven.
Okay. Well, let's see.
4 people left.
Okay.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why
I
we
think
left.
this is Dawn's room? Maybe it's my own room, who knows? I surely don't.
What happened that night had
Are
been
you
coming
staying
for
up
a
all
long
night?
time.
Probably.
Maybe it should have come sooner.
Because you don't sound
Yes.
tired at
Oh,
all.
it's
You
my
haven't
own
yawned
room.
once.
Don't jinx it.
But it had to end
Shit.
one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
You've done this to me.
Oh, my favorite feather. I thought that was a knife.
My favorite knife feather. Stabby, stabby. Stabby, stabby.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her
That's
glass
depressing.
and said,
To our final night together, and all our final nights apart.
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications
Oh my God,
are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
Oh my god, really?
Really, what?
What's with all the noises you're making?
the power had been shut off that morning.
I'm
But
rubbing the fucking
Edie always had
wall.
plenty of candles.
I spilled something on
When
it
my
and
mom showed
stained
the
it.
library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
It's got water. My hand started rubbing it vigorously.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith
We're
has
afraid
a
of
right
something?
to know these stories.
Sven.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born.
I thought that said boron, the
That
night you were born.
The tide went way, way out.
Boris? Question mark.
Boris?
It was the first
Bendy crossover?
and last time I ever saw the old house aground.
Plot
There'd been
twist,
an
Alice
earthquake
Angels of
out
Finch.
in the middle of the ocean.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. No, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled
Are you
in,
really
I
serious?
lost my way.
Yes, I'm serious about this.
Stop making weird
I got
noises.
turned around.
Seriously, I'm being serious.
Okay.
I
They can't really
started
edit them out
seeing
because it's during the
things.
story that you're making them.
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed.
Okay.
But when I saw them, they felt like old friends.
Who are we feeling?
That night, a lot of things came back to me.
Who are we feeling? Grandma.
We're feeling grandma. Okay.
Up and down.
Okay, where do I go now? It's so foggy, I could barely see a thing.
We get it, bro. You vape.
No! It's just you don't know where I'm supposed to be going. Massive rock.
Massive rock hard.
Or maybe I came back to them.
Both. All of the above.
Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it. Let go. I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car.
Time to beat a bitch.
I never saw Great Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone.
Nice.
After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it.
Are you moving the hand?
Yeah.
A few years went by.
Bitch wants to take the air wants to take my hand, but I ain't gonna let it.
My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly.
Damn it, Mom!
She got better for a while, and then she didn't.
Well, that's great.
And then I was alone.
That bitch dead.
The last Finch
felt
left
that.
alive. Until I found out about you.
I'm a Finch too?
I'm still not sure what to
My
tell you
dreams
about all
are coming
this.
true. I'm kidding.
If we lived forever,
You finna die.
maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is,
Yeah.
I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate
this
how
I think
strange and brief
The
all
last
of this
Finch,
is.
I think, is the child that
This
no,
journal was supposed to be
she
for
had,
you.
Maybe.
But now I hope
Or
you'll never see
you.
it. I just want to meet you
Who knows?
and tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
I think that we're being born right now.
This is where your story begins.
So
I'm sorry I
you
won't be there
died.
to see it. It's a lot to ask,
Iron
but I
Flame
don't
doesn't
want you to be
care.
sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
I told you!
But now I gotta figure out how she died.
Died
The
in
above.
childbirth. A story by Giant Sparrow for Shirley Dallas. Oh my god. Sorry, I like feel like I was gonna cry. I absolutely loved this game. Like, it was just the right amount of like actual like playability, as well as like storytelling. Like, it's so compelling. I didn't know who I was at what point, but like even still, it was like I really enjoyed this.
What the hell?
I'd recommend any of you guys, if you have Game Pass, or if you just, you know, happen to have enough money to buy this game, I would recommend you buy it and play it. Because honestly, this is like it's such a touching story, you know? Like, it's a lot different for me playing it and you watching it as it is for, you know, you playing it for yourself. And I feel like to people who are on the edge of this game, like, honestly, I don't think that there's any other game that I would say compares to this. And I know I say, like, every game that I play, oh yeah, this is the best game. Honestly, this game was just, I wouldn't say it's the best game, but it's definitely compelling. It definitely, like, brings me to my feelings. And I'm constantly constantly wondering, hey, you know, who are we now? Or, like, hey, what actually did happen? Like, you know, that type of thing. And, you know, you see Jonathan's name with the ending credits. And I absolutely just, I don't know, something about this game, it like connects with me. Because I feel how the characters are feeling. And I have family who I don't really know much about. I've heard his stories. And this game, I honestly feel like kind of connects to that. Maybe not like the stuff about like them, each one of them dying in a specific way or in a specific time and that type of thing, but definitely like I feel the connection between me and them. But I'm gonna like shut up now and like watch, like have you guys watch the rest of the credits, you know, that type of thing.
I think it's really cute that they show the children.
Well, like the children that you're based off of, yeah.
That's a big ass ball pit.
Chuck E. Cheese.
You know 15 kids died in that Chuck E. Cheese ball pit? Coincidence? I think not. They all died by balls.
Died by balls. What type of balls are we talking about?
Multicolored.
Be more specific. That just sounds racist.
Oh shit, Hank Hill. Trick or treat, smell my feet.
The end.
The fig. Say, and
The figure. The replay a story option is now available. Select either to play from the beginning. Well, yeah. That's all that there is in the game. That's kind of sad still. Anyway, guys. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching this. Make sure you like and subscribe for more games like this one. And yeah, leave a comment below on like what games you're going to play next, because I'm totally willing to play more games. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Hentai.